Hello and welcome to Gentleman's Junk. I'm your host, Will Ford, with my fellow hosts,
Hunter Smith.
I'm Aiden Ferguson.
and this is episode 1.
Yeah, we did it!
Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the first episode and listening through it. This is our first official episode.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, boy.
Episode 0 is also available on Spotify now.
Spotify, baby!
So give us a listen. We'd really appreciate it. So with that, let's dive right in.
Also, we're coming on Apple Podcasts. Anybody?
Yeah, here's Sam.
If
Apple
everybody
listeners.
uses that.
For all you Apple nerds
Dude,
like Aiden out
let's
there.
go. Like, Apple Podcasts, I love that app. It's really good.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, any guys, keep commenting. We love the support. Really good episode 0 support. We're on Instagram. Check us out. German's Junk Podcast. Please follow us. YouTube. We'll still be on YouTube. Gosh, guys, thank you so much.
We're evolving very
so
fast.
much. Also, shout out to David Biggs for giving us the idea on Anchor.fm. So,
It's a really easy
Dude,
software to get a podcast started.
so this is great. Great process.
Also, shout out to Seth Null for the
Yes,
yes,
credits.
If you notice the awesome picture,
What a freaking sweet logo.
art logo, gosh, is so nice.
What a
It's
great artist.
So cool.
So hit him up for all your
Yes,
art
guys,
needs.
if you need anything, Seth Null is your man.
So with that, we're going to jump in. It's going to get a little bit nerdy
Yes.
today.
Yep, this is
Yeah,
our
Gentleman's
nerdy
Junk.
episode.
In this episode, we're talking about video games. So if you're not into that, I don't know.
Skip ahead.
Maybe skip ahead.
Skip ahead or tune in. You know, you might find something you
Yeah,
like.
Skip ahead about 20
You might
minutes.
enjoy video games
We'll
for-
talk about some movies, maybe some nerdy news coming up. So, guys, please, if you want, please stay. We'd love to if you guys stay and listen. So, hey, let's get into it.
Yep.
All right, Aiden, you're up first, man.
All right. So, our rotating segment for this episode is top 3 video games of all time. Your top 3.
Yeah. It's not just like the top 3
Yeah.
of like the most famous of every video game
Yeah,
ever.
yeah.
It's like no one
what
can
we
decide
prefer.
that for sure.
Yeah,
That's
no.
ridiculous.
I think it's just
It's all personal.
yeah. So my list here, I'm gonna start with number 3.
Let's go 3-1.
Okay, yeah, let's do 3-1. Let's do my number 3 is Shadow of Mordor. If you don't know what that is, it's
That's a really fun
it's
game.
really fun.
Incredible
If you
game.
love Lord of the Rings like I do, gosh, man, you get to just slaughter some orcs. Open world, you get to do anything you want, recruit, build. It's just, man, it just
It's-
feels so good. Please look it up on
It's
Xbox
a funny
One.
story about that, actually. So I used to have this really crappy old laptop. Like, it was just for school. It was one of those that could, like, it's a touchscreen and you can bend it around. But I could play that game on, like, the lowest settings and graphics and everything. And that's, like,
Really?
the first actual, like computer game I actually got into.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. I played the crap out
I
of
just,
it.
I've grew up with Lord of the Rings, and there's so many Lord of the Rings games, and the Shadow of Mordor is just perfect. Great graphics, open world, literally get to do whatever you want. You get to build an army in the new one. It's
What
just-
was what was the new one called? You remember?
I think the new one is Shadow of Mordor,
Okay.
and there's the one before that is
Something else.
man, why am I blanking on this? You guys know? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's the
there-
first game.
there's
Was
two
not as
games into
good,
it.
but this new one, gosh, was so good. You guys should check it out. Let's see, Will, top 3? Or your number 3?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Okay, so my number 3, I chose Assassin's Creed 2. If you don't know what
Really
Assassin's
good.
Creed is, it is a
Great series.
third-person open world game based in like historical settings, and it's super cool. It's really nerdy. Like basically, you play the role of this dude who like gets his dad and his family killed by these guys, and you're like, oh crap, I gotta do something. And you find that your dad was actually part of this order of assassins that protects free will from the Templars, which is actually a real thing. So it's kind of cool. It ties into history really well, and it's just a really fun game. It's getting old now. It came out in like 2009, so it's 10 years old now. That's hard.
Why is Assassin's Creed 2 though? Out of all of them,
Yeah.
like why would you say that one?
So after Assassin's Creed 1 came out in 2007, Assassin's Creed 2 came out, and it just added so much more to the game. It added I think it was like 4 new weapons, a lot of new like game mechanics, and just a better story overall.
Yeah.
It made you care about the character a lot more. And it was like watching a movie. It really was. It was just like, oh, it was so cool.
So
it was
cinematic.
Assassin's Creed 1, and this is 2, right?
Yes.
There's nothing like before. Okay. No. After this was Assassin's Creed 3, the American Revolution one.
Where was
So-
Brotherhood
That one
in
was so
there?
good.
There's
Yeah.
so many games in that
was gonna
series.
say,
Old
I
Assassin's
kinda-
Creed is better than new Assassin's Creed. That's my
Yeah.
opinion.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So the order goes, let's see. So it's Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed Revelations, and so on and so on and so on. But in my opinion, those first like 3 games were just they were so good.
they're pretty good.
So yeah, that is my number 3.
Under
I
number
like
3.
Revelations too. That was like the first one whenever I'd come over to your house and everything like that. That's the one that we would play the most.
Yeah.
I think that one was so cool. It just blew my mind because when I was younger, I wasn't
Yeah.
allowed to play any of those like super violent games, and if it said assassin in
was-
it,
it was-
that's like an immediate like
It was
no
pretty
go for
edgy.
my mother.
Yeah.
So, okay,
Hunter.
my third video game is actually Mario Kart. I mean, who doesn't love Mario Kart?
Yeah. Hunter, which
Freaking
Mario
love
Kart
Mario
is it?
Kart.
The first Mario Kart that I
Wow.
played was actually on the Wii.
Ah,
And
yes.
I
Mario
like
Kart
the
Wii is
classic
Back in the
classic.
day when everybody had a Wii, every family was playing Mario
Yeah.
Kart. Gosh, man.
I
I think
like
there's a
the-
family in America who doesn't
Love
have a
Mario
Wii.
Kart.
That is
Love
right
true.
now.
Mario Kart.
I like the N64 one, but like
Yeah.
that was my first
Don't say
console was
eh.
the Wii.
Old consoles are cool.
And
I
so
like
it was
Mario
just easier controls in
Could
my
move, yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
But I mean, you sit down with a bunch of friends and you just race, and there's always something funny that happens. Somebody always gets screwed over
Yeah.
mid race or something like
Yeah.
that.
Mario
When
Kart's
you-
great because
so-
like you can totally suck at video games
Yeah.
and still be pretty good.
Yeah.
And like if you beat someone who thinks they're really good,
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
Oh,
'cause, like
yeah.
they get
I
so
love the
pissed.
Wii remote. You can put the Wii remote inside a wheel.
Oh, yeah.
That was so
That
smart.
was so
You can like
cool.
move the wheel. Oh,
Do you
man,
remember all
so
like the
great.
tennis rackets and the golf clubs that you could get
Yeah,
for it?
we shattered those. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even
Shattered
think we were like, yeah, we're done with these.
Snapped them in half.
I love how like, a couple years later, everyone discovered you can just sit on your couch and move the Wii remote, like flick it.
That's how I would play tennis. I'd just be on
Yes.
my couch, just like flicking.
I just like,
every once in a
what's
while.
I'm like flicking a 100-mile serve, and my sister's like, wow. She's like standing up and like actually trying to be active. I'm just like on the couch, just like, whoosh.
Just remember when they came out with like the Wii Fit like yoga
Oh.
board thing,
Oh, that's-
and like
I
It was
that because
interesting.
I think because we like discovered that everyone's sitting on the couch and like everyone's just, like,
we have to
stuck
get
with
him
the
back up
Wii.
the couch.
I think they came out with the Wii Fits where you actually have to get off your
You have to get
couch
up.
and stand on
Yeah.
the
I'm sure somebody figured out how to use it on.
can't sit on the couch
though.
and play our video games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your butt up.
I love that one.
All right.
Okay, Aiden, your
Um,
second one.
All right. This my second one's pretty good. It's Battlefield 1. It's not the first Battlefield. It's a new one that just came out, I think 2 years ago.
It's the World
Yeah.
War One.
It's World War One. I mean, you know me. I love history. And so when there's history games or history movies, man, I am all about that. So World War One. It's Battlefield 1. It's 1914, 1918, whatever. Through that, it's kind of through the era, and it's such a good really good game. Just like really big maps, the vehicles, the intensity, going through the trench warfare, beautiful graphics. Like when you
Oh,
crawl through the
man.
mud, you're all
That was,
muddy.
that was the one thing I remember from that
That's
game
what
was
I'm
just
saying.
how
It's like-
gorgeous the
it
world
was-
was.
yeah, and then like
beautiful.
how you can interact with it. Like you
Yeah.
get dirty.
Yeah,
and stuff
you're in a
like
trench,
that.
and there's literally planes flying over. There's tanks going
So
over
cool.
the trenches, like
It's super cool.
explosions everywhere. Like
So cool.
I loved that game.
Um,
I put my heart in that
The
game.
thing I really appreciate about this game is like the gravity it holds with war. Because I feel like
Yes.
in games like that, sometimes,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
it
It's
can
just
almost
like-
be disrespectful to veterans because it's like it talks about war in such like a comical novel
I
like
know.
yeah, it's like hey,
Nah,
you could be like an action star in this,
yeah
but like
and
Yeah.
this it just shows you like, you know, this is like it's dirty and it's war.
I
and
remember
it's
the opening
gritty.
scene. It was like
It's
you
intense.
kind of like get a taste of all the weapons and everything like that, and like the tank driving.
Yeah.
But once you die, like you will die. You have like limited ammo and everything like that. I don't think you regenerate health in that part.
No.
But it shows you like somebody's name and like
Yeah.
Every time you die.
their
Yeah.
like their death date and their
They just do such a
birthday.
good job of tribute.
Yeah.
Like
That's
they
cool.
say, hey, we made this awesome game just so we could give honor, give respect to
To
all
what
those,
actually
yeah,
happened.
to our forefathers and our
So
generations
cool.
in the past. Yeah, and
But-
the campaign is great. Like I love the history. They knocked it right on the head, like right on the top of the nail. Just jeez, it's such a good game. Top
It
of the
was,
line.
it was really funny because when did it come out? Like our freshman or sophomore
It was
year?
like
It was
2015.
no, it was like 2017.
Later that. Oh, yeah, it was like-
2017.
And,
yeah.
okay, so it's either my freshman or sophomore year.
Yeah.
I had a history teacher that was a super nerd, and I kid you not, he played the trailer in class and told us
really?
like,
Freaking sweet.
and they
History?
told us in history
Oh.
and told us that if your parents weren't like letting you get it or anything like that, I'll write you a note and say that this is accurate to history and it would help you with the
way.
class.
That's so
I kid
cool.
you not.
I showed my dad a trailer, and we both got goosebumps. So we're like, Dad, I want this for Christmas. Like the new one that just came out, Battlefield 5, also had a dope trailer. I was like, Dad,
I
this
like
is
Battlefield
World
1
War II
more
now.
than Battlefield 5.
Yeah,
though.
but we'll get to that later. But
Yeah.
Battlefield 1, just awesome music, just literally all around, great game. Let's see, Will.
Okay, so for my number 2 spot, I chose Halo 3.
Aiden's such a big Halo fanboy.
Y'all, Halo,
love Halo.
man. When we talk about Halo,
Talk about it, baby.
oh
Keep
gosh.
Talk about it.
So growing up, I had 2 older brothers, and we didn't play Call of Duty. We played Halo.
Mhm.
And
Halo,
Halo,
baby.
if you don't know what it is,
Halo.
futuristic shooter game.
way
Puts you
future.
in the body of this super soldier, advanced like warfighter guy named the Master Chief. And Halo 3 is actually like the ending of this certain saga of the game. And it is just it's so cool. The gameplay is really cool. It's like it's really different
It's a
from Call of
classic.
Duty.
You have
It's-
to play.
yeah.
It's one of those must
It's a
play.
classic game.
It's like in
what we grew up
video game
with.
history.
Yeah. My
When I
brothers
think of
always
like the
play.
Xbox 360, like that's what the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just like it's so
Do you
dope.
remember the Forge mechanic? It's kind of where you can build
Forge,
whatever
yes.
you want. You can just like make your
You
own.
make your own maps.
Yeah,
the bases
make your
and
own
what.
game modes
Yeah.
or whatever like
Oh
that.
my gosh.
I
so
remember
many
what was the
memories.
desert one called though? Because I remember the elephants and the mongooses
Oh.
and the minefield.
Sand Trap.
Sand Trap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sand Trap.
Sand
and the
pit,
minefield up top.
Oh, sweet.
That was like the only map
The
that I know of that
elephants,
did
man.
that.
Yeah. Freaking love the elephants.
Yeah, when I play a video game, it's always for the story. I'm really not
Yeah.
a big multiplayer guy, but I love like hearing.
Cinematics and
Yes,
everything
I love
like
the cinematics. It's like it's like playing a movie. It's like
Yeah.
being in
Yeah.
your favorite movie. It's so cool.
I love also the Halo 3 soundtrack. I don't know. I'm into the soundtrack so much.
It's beautiful.
So we just sing it.
There's some like orchestras who will like cover that in like shows.
Yeah.
like a cover like video games.
I mean, heck, they made a meme out of
And
it.
Halo
with
3 is like really famous.
the guys in the bathroom singing that. like,
So many videos on Instagram. About
if
that.
you see that video, that's where it's from now.
Yeah, have you ever see like adolescent
love
boys
Halo.
T-posing in like
Yeah.
A bathroom.
Literally
That's
my
what they're doing.
childhood, my like history, like
so good.
Your
like,
history.
my
Aiden's history.
is grounded in Halo.
Okay. My second one, kind of keeping on the same Wii track here, is the,
With all the Wii
Yeah.
games.
is Super Smash Brothers Brawl, and
That's
this
still a
this
good
is
game.
one of my favorite games just because, like, me and my sister would play it all the time. We would like commentate on like what's going on, like kind of like sportscasters and everything everything like that. But it always hold near and dear to my heart just because like I played through the actual campaign of it. I beat that. That was like one of the first campaigns I actually beat. I got all the fighters. I remember Wolf, like the fighter, was the
Yes.
last person, and he sucked to beat. It took me so long to do it,
Love Wolf.
but it's
Again,
just,
again, another great game with great memories. Like I
Yeah.
remember still growing up with this. I have friends with the Nintendo ones, and there's the GameCube.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
the game
Melee
was good
Baby.
too.
I was saying you just get to fight each other with great.
Yeah.
It was great. A lot of fun.
And I mean,
they're still coming out with them today.
not knocking Will or anything like that, but this is a game that didn't have any story, but like I still
Well,
enjoyed the
yeah,
crap out of it.
Yeah,
Like,
you still put a buzz of hours. In
Yeah.
it. like
um,
just grinding for it.
yeah, basically that's
Yeah.
It was just an overall just fun game to play.
It's another great family game. I
Aw.
Go
Bring
Wii,
our
dude.
families together
The
with
Wii
video
That's
was
what, that's
games.
what we're all
revolutionary.
about here at Gentleman's Junk. It's about family values.
Yeah.
So play some video games with your kids. Dang it, 'cause
Yeah.
it's fun.
All right, so before we get into the top one, or like a number one pick,
Yeah.
woo, we're gonna do honorable mentions.
Uh,
So my honorable mention is the original. Okay, you got that? Call of Duty series. Screw this new stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Got
There's
goosebumps.
new Call of Duty. Gosh, they ruined it. Hey, the old original Call of Duty 1, 2, 3, 4, I would say. Love the history stuff. Love again like another history game. Gosh, the series just goes back to World War One, World War Two. Like that's really what I grew up with on the original Xbox.
Aiden, when did these come out?
Yeah.
Like how
Like
old are these?
2001, 2002,
Oh, yeah.
2003.
That's sweet.
Then Call of Duty 3 is actually backwards compatible on the Xbox One right now. I just
Oh,
got it a
really?
couple days ago, $20.
get
I
that.
think it was like
No, I'll play
2006 or 2007. So good. Like
That's
love
sweet.
World War II, love the campaign. Got like all of the like countries, all of the world basically. just fighting the Nazis.
What war? Okay, was it?
There's-
World War
yeah, so there's
II?
World War II,
Okay.
like the newest ones, and like
Because-
really the old ones, like World War One.
Like I said, like my mom would never let me play violent
Yeah.
video games or anything
but
like
it's really
that. So
not that violent. I don't know.
it was Call of
I
Duty.
literally played as a kid.
If
I
your
played
mother,
those.
if you go back in time and ask my mother, hey, would you let your son play Call of Duty? It's a war game that you shoot people.
Oh,
No, she would
Yeah.
definitely. That's a no go
Yeah.
for.
yeah.
But I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It's really good if you love history. You get to play as Russians, British,
Mm-hmm.
Americans, Scottish, Swedish. Like
Scots.
literally, it's so
Scottish.
cool. It's such a good game. All right. Well,
Okay, so for my honorable mention, I had so many to choose from, but like I played this game just this last fall, and it just stuck with me. It was so good. So my pick for the honorable mention is the Red Dead Redemption series.
gosh.
Let me tell you,
we just get like a standing
Yeah.
ovation for that? Like,
Oh man, it's so good.
Didn't it
their
win
last
like, game of the
game
year
was
or
Game of
anything?
the
no,
year.
it didn't.
It didn't win game of the
God
year.
of
was
War
God of
did.
War. That's
Like,
right.
Oh,
God of War
okay,
out of
God of
nowhere.
War was
Yeah.
good, but Red
Okay,
Dead broke
Come on.
like standards and everything like
I
that.
did. Anyway, so Red Dead Redemption is like it's a Western movie in a game.
Another video like
And-
movie like
yeah.
game. So good.
So Red Dead 1 came out in 2010 from Rockstar. That's the guys who make
Rockstar.
Grand Theft Auto.
That's Rockstar.
And it was essentially like the Grand Theft Auto formula in a Western. It was just so
open
cool.
world, yeah.
It was good.
But like you could, get different guns. You could have like different horses. You could get like hunt bounties. You could rob banks, stuff like that. It's just like
you
so
can
neat.
trap. You can.
You can be your own
fish.
cowboy,
Yeah.
literally. Go shooting people.
But this past year, 2018, Rockstar came out with Red Dead Redemption 2. I've been waiting for this game for like 3 years. I heard it was
remember-
coming out.
that
and
I
was
remember
like,
when you
oh
played
my
Red
gosh.
Dead 1,
Dude.
and you were
I kept
so
postponing
hyped about.
it.
You played that for
Gosh.
like
I played
months
it
straight.
so much.
Um,
But Red Dead 2, just like it literally, the graphics look so real and it's just so immersive. And like a lot of people almost complain about the gameplay of this game because like it's so realistic. Yes, because like you,
Is it too realistic? Like, come on.
yeah.
is it all the? Is it people like my mother? That's like.
To give you an example, like
violent.
one of
She
like,
wasn't like that, but she just at a young age, like she didn't want me to do that.
Yeah.
She's good now.
to give an example, like you're in like a bandit gang basically in like the Old West, and in your camp you have like a coffee pot and you can pour yourself a cup and drink it, and like you have to press a button
God,
each time
I
to
know.
sip
Yeah.
it. And like honestly, I love that. I think it's so cool. Like little things like
The
that,
small things. I know.
small things
And
make
it's
make
like
the game so good.
whenever you get like, if you don't eat for a while,
Yeah,
you actually
don't
lose
eat,
weight and stuff
don't
like that.
shower, don't clean your like. Your guy grows a beard, he goes long hair, he gets
Yeah,
dirty.
if
People
you
don't want to be
like-
around you.
If
People
you want
actually
to
say
change your like appearance, you actually have to
Gosh.
wait for your guy's hair to grow instead of like
I know.
GTA where you can just like switch from like an afro
Yeah.
to like dreadlocks in a second.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, the story is just like it's so good, and it's such like a cool story of like just America in the Old West, and just how like a man can come back from his demons. It's I loved it. I almost
Please,
cried. at
please
the
check
end.
it out. Please
check it out.
actually order it.
If you play a
Yeah,
video
play
game,
it.
Yeah,
any
it's pretty
of
new,
these will be a
so.
good
You
choice.
literally have to play it. Like you just
Have to
you
play.
have to.
All right.
Okay, so my honorable mention kind of goes along with the open world aspect. It's Skyrim.
Great
Skyrim
game.
was so much fun. I remember
Medieval
going to like
game,
everybody's
great.
house and
Oh,
everything.
yeah. a lot of
And
fun.
we would start a new character and just see how far you can go. This game took so long to finish. Like you
It's
can
one
never
of the
finish it in
nerdiest
one night.
games
Probably.
to exist.
It is, but
Super nerdy.
I
That's what makes it
remember
great,
that.
though.
Still on the topic of my mother and how she would let me play
Oh my
violent video
gosh.
games.
I think you have some issues with your mother. You
Yeah.
know, work
You guys
out.
gotta
Uh,
talk this out.
Just with video games. But I came up to her and was like, "Hey, can I buy Skyrim? It's like a Viking game type thing." And she was like, "Yeah, sure, just go ahead."
Lie through your teeth.
Well, I mean, the dude had horns. He kind of looked like a Viking.
It's a Viking game.
But I was playing it like in the living room on this smaller TV, like right in front of her.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, there's like finishing moves you can do, and all of a sudden, I just like stab a guy through the head, and she's like, "Is that the game I let you buy?" I was like, "Yes." She's like, "Gosh dang it!" Like,
Oh.
You know, honestly,
like,
you would have been better off
disappointment.
telling her like just the stuff that goes on in Skyrim. Like, you know how violent Vikings are as like a people. You know what I
I
mean?
know.
Yeah, I mean,
For real.
How to Train Your Dragon was coming out at the same time, so she was like, "Oh, Vikings are fine."
You can't justify that with Skyrim. How to Train Your Dragon is like a kid movie.
Compare
Yeah, I know.
that
And she was like,
to
"Oh, Vikings are
Skyrim.
just so sweet and
Oh
everything
my
like that." It was so funny.
Like Skyrim is like, if you don't know, Skyrim is literally just like brutal, like medieval
It's
combat.
Yeah, it
Evil.
really is.
I don't know.
But
Black
that-
magic.
Yeah, like cultists.
Lord of the Rings ish.
Yeah, there are cults, there are
Yeah.
drugs,
Drugs, yeah.
they are crazy, like kind of alien people. I guess they're not humans, but they're not from a different planet. I don't know.
Alien people. What are you talking about?
Talking about like the cat people. And, like,
Oh, yeah.
lizard people
Oh, yeah,
and-
yeah,
That, okay, that's one part of the game that I was like, yeah, this is kind of weird.
It's just-
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
should
right.
we do number
Number
now?
ones.
Number one. Woo!
Number one. I don't know if you can guess it. Halo Reach. Another Halo game.
I know you guys were just sitting
I
on
just
the edge
got-
of your
I
seat.
just got
guys.
Halo
Goosebumps.
Reach. I've had so many tournaments. I know it sounds so nerdy. This is so nerdy. Like, gosh, I've had so many just Halo Reach tournaments, staying up all night playing. I love Halo Reach. Great game. Another great story game. Like, great campaign.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's like one of the saddest Halo games ever.
So sad.
You think Spartans are like unbeatable
What are-
until you
what are
play Halo
Spartans?
Reach.
You play Halo.
So
Explain
Spartans, it's kind of like what Will already said. You're a super soldier. You're a super marine, basically, in armor. It's like it makes you faster, stronger, jump higher. You have shields. I don't know. You fight against aliens.
Aren't
Yeah,
they
just
just,
for-
taller and built?
Yeah, you're
That's
taller.
what-
For clarification, Halo is set like 500 years in the
Yeah,
future,
yeah, yeah. It's
and
like 25. 50.
humanity has been exploring space for that
Yeah, yeah.
long.
And we found aliens.
Halo Reach is the story of like one of those planets being taken over by this alien race.
Yeah.
The
And
And
it's
there's,
like-
and there's a Spartan squad
Yeah.
going to that planet, trying to save those people, get the people off the planet. But they even risk their own lives. They even die. They lay down their own lives. Gosh, I almost cry almost every time I play. Like, gosh, you make your character. He joins the new Noble squad. Gosh, and they just tear through the planet. They just wreck the aliens. But and they all lay down their own lives, and man, it's so sad.
Yeah, then they wreck you back.
Did
I
you
don't
cry?
I don't want
Did
to
you
cry,
cry,
man.
Dean?
I don't want to cry right now. All right, Will. Gosh, take it from me, please.
Before I become too
Anyway.
emotional.
So my top pick for greatest game ever.
Oh,
This is widely considered to be the greatest game ever. Actually,
I
is
disagree.
Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
All you nerds out there will
Know
what I'm
what's
talking
up.
about.
about the nerd,
Know what's, you guys know what's
This
up.
is the nerd episode, Aiden. It's
Aiden doesn't understand
The nerdiness.
the value of old games. This game broke so many barriers, did so much. So the N64 was a console that came out in 1996, I believe.
yeah, that sounds right.
And that is like
Don't-
the gaming
don't hold
console
us to
that,
that, but-
my
Yeah, yeah.
brothers grew up with, and they played Zelda and Mario and all that. But Zelda was like a different kind of game. It was just like it was this massive, massive adventure game. It added so much to the mechanics of just like what video games could be, because like it was 3D. There were like I think it was like over a dozen different items you
Yeah.
could like collect and use. But like it was just, and the campaign is like it's like a couple days long to like play through the whole
Yeah.
super, super long.
Isn't it ties into Super Smash Bros, right?
Well,
Isn't that
Super
Link?
So
Smash
Super Smash
Bros.
Bros is like a mashup of like all Nintendo's
Okay,
like
like
mascots,
characters
basically.
and everything.
But Link.
Yes.
Yeah, Link is from.
Okay.
But Legend of Zelda is one of those games that so Nintendo is kind of known for making kind of lighthearted, family-friendly games.
yeah,
and
yeah.
everything like
Zelda's
that.
not that way.
Zelda was one of those things that kind of like strayed away, so like you would actually like fight people with like swords and everything like that. Catch on
It's
fire
really,
and
like,
everything
quite a
it's
dark story.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
get
If you, like,
kidnapped and
look at-
everything
yeah.
like that.
But it's just so good. It's like look up stuff about it. If you haven't heard about this game, I'm kind of surprised, but it's so good. I still have my like old cartridge and old N64.
Really?
Yeah, it's
no
great.
way.
Yeah.
Dude, I say save that and sell it. Dude, you probably make
Oh, yeah, honestly.
hundreds.
Yeah.
Anyways, though, so
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
So, my number one pick, I kind of honestly, I just realized I chose all Nintendo games.
I know.
didn't mean to do that.
It's
Nerd.
alright.
I don't just play those games,
All
but this one has a story along with it. It's the Pokemon Fire Red for the Game Boy.
Ooh,
Never heard of it.
Will and I can contest. Shut up, Aiden.
it
Will and I
shames
can
us.
contest
We
that we've played countless hours when we were
Countless.
younger about like in this game. But what makes it special is so as a kid, like I had a bunch of cavities and everything like that, like every kid does.
God.
I had
and-
0.
Yeah, really?
Yep.
That's kind of impressive. Not gonna lie.
Thanks.
But so I had to get like a cavity filled, and we went into the doctor's
Ugh.
office, and
Is
the
this
doctor
video
was
games?
like, "Hey, do you want to be numbed? It's gonna be like an extra, I don't know, like $70 or something like that for numbing just to get that procedure done." It was bad. And then my mom's like, "Hey, can you like, do you want numbing?" I was like, "No, let's just do it without." And so I did it, and for 30 minutes straight, like I'm in pure agony and pain. But then afterwards, she was so proud of me. She's like, "Okay, we can go to Target, and you can pick out anything you want."
Oh, nice.
And I found that game, and I've loved it ever since. I don't play it as much now, but I love it still, just because, you know, that was just a big piece of my childhood.
I love that
And-
all of hunters are like sentimental. I
I
love
know.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
It's alright.
I like
It's
it.
alright.
I like it. All right. Good job, guys.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
That
So-
was our top three. video
So top
games.
3, y'all
Alright.
comment what your favorite video games
Yeah,
are.
yeah,
We'd love to
please
talk
comment.
about them.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd love to see what y'all think.
Your
All
different
right.
takes on everything.
Yeah. So next segment, let's see. So this one we kind of just want to throw in because it's the summer. There's so many movies out right now. I mean, they're actually coming soon. So our next segment will be movies you are excited for coming soon. And so we sat down and kind of made a little list. We kind of just want to sit here for a second and just talk about some movies that are coming out. Maybe that will excite you guys. Maybe that will get you guys to go to the theaters. And yeah.
Do you want to start us off?
Yeah. So I have, let's see, Joker. My pick was Joker. And if y'all don't know about Joker yet, it looks amazing. Please look up the trailer right now. Pause the podcast right now.
Yeah,
and look up Joker.
Honestly, the only thing that I know from the new Joker movie is just what I've seen, like trailers in the movie theater.
Sure.
Like I haven't done any research on it, so like, what are you really excited about, Aiden?
I'm really excited because it's finally DC's back from the dead, I would say.
Yeah.
New movies that have come out around now with DC has just been so bad. And DC has really kind of gone downhill. They try to follow Marvel. They try to be funny.
Been, like terrible. None of them have been like amazing.
They're not. They're trying to compete against
like
Marvel.
Yeah,
they cannot
but
do
they're
that.
Not.
And they're trying to be happy. They're trying to be funny. They can't do that. They're going back to the roots, which is dark.
Yeah.
Dark evil.
That's like Dark Knight, and
like the Batman series. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
The trilogy, so good. It's, scary villains. You got Joker, Bane. I mean, all of that. I mean, it's just like.
I think it's so cool because like Joker is like the one villain that like we know like almost nothing about.
Yeah.
It's like we know like his character.
his
We know like
backstory.
We know
what he
he's
does.
like crazy and everything.
We
like
don't
that,
know
but-
how he got to that point. And like he's still like one of the greatest villains like ever. Like if you haven't seen like The Dark Knight,
Please,
Christopher Nolan,
that's
Dark
such
Knight.
a trilogy. You have to see
my
those
gosh.
three, man.
Heath Ledger, God rest his soul.
Yeah, that was.
Um,
But I think this new
incredible
guy, Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin?
Joaquin
Yeah,
Phoenix.
do you have a list
I don't know how to
of
say his
actors
name.
on
Yeah,
there?
yeah. So Joaquin Phoenix is the star playing Joker, and just by the trailer, you can just tell the effort he's put into it. He wants to be like
he
Heath
looks
Ledger. I think he's gonna nail
He,
it. And he
this
played
guy-
Gladiator. He was the
Yes,
prince.
yes,
or
this guy
prince,
played,
he was the
what was
king
his
in
name?
Gladiator.
He was the Emperor in
Emperor.
Gladiator.
Yeah, he was the Emperor in Gladiator. So good. He's just a great all-around actor, and I think he's gonna nail it on the head.
He's very good at playing like creepy people.
Really, I think he's gonna do
and
a
like
really
yeah,
good
I think he's
job.
gonna do great. The Joker in Suicide Squad I thought was so bad. I thought it was terrible.
Oh,
Oh,
like the
oh
weird,
my
like kind of
gosh.
hipster
Yes.
make Joker like I don't want to say like sexy, but like that's what they try to do, and it's
I
weird.
don't-
Joker's just supposed to be insane, not trying to be like some douche that you find in a club or something like that.
When the first trailer I saw for Joker, it looked
I
looked
literally got
so
goosebumps. Every
incredible.
time I go to the
Mm-hmm.
showbiz, I see.
I've seen the one where it plays
The
plays the
trailer.
song where he's just like
Yeah.
sitting there and like he slowly smiles.
Yes.
It
Oh, I
flashes
haven't
like
seen that
it
one
flashes like the makeup on his face. That's cool.
It's
Oh my
like I
gosh.
literally get goosebumps from it.
So
it's
cool.
like
I think what will
I'm
make that
really
movie
excited
good
for it.
is, I mean, like we were saying, they need to keep that dark tone because it's a villain movie.
that's what DC's known
And
for.
then
They're
the
better at.
cinematics of
Yeah.
like everything. Because
Yeah,
the
yeah.
trailer, I know one of our friends was mentioned to me when we went to go see a movie that when Joker's walking down the steps at the end of the trailer,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of symbolizes his like descent into insanity and everything like that. So it's more symbolic.
Well, if you pay attention to the trailer, he's on the same stairs, like crying. Like
Yeah.
he's like
Yeah.
just like destroyed and just like depressed. Then at the very end of the trailer, he's on the steps with his makeup on, full outfit, jumping, celebrating,
Yeah.
smiling. It's like, oh my gosh,
He is
evolved.
insane.
Like this movie is gonna show his like evolution. Oh my, it's
Okay.
gonna be so good.
So we can talk about this movie for a while, but
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
move on
All
to
right,
the
right.
next one.
Yeah, next
Will,
one.
do you want to do your first one?
Yeah, sure. So I chose Ford v Ferrari. If you know me personally, you know I love cars. Ford v Ferrari it's just really just a good American story. So in 1966, Ford wanted to beat Enzo Ferrari in Le Mans.
Le Mans.
The 24 Hours of Le Mans is a like very prestigious motorsports race. It's put on in France, I believe, but it's basically to test each motor company's like ability to keep a car running for 24 hours. And
Jeez.
and after
I didn't
World,
know that.
after
Yeah.
World War II, Ferrari had basically like exploded in like their motorsports involvement, and basically they're winning like every race they could. And Ford was like, we're tired of this. And like Henry Ford II tried to buy Ferrari, and ended up falling through. And so in response to this, Ford goes and talks to my boy Carroll Shelby, who, if you don't know, tuned the Mustang to do freaking amazing things. It's really cool. But him and this British racer named
Pull it up.
Ken Miles develop a
Christian
supercar in 1966
Christian Bale though.
that beats Ferrari like 4 times in a row. It's something like that. It's so cool. But
Was that
I'm
one that
so
the Shelby
glad.
Cobra became
Yes.
like an actual thing? Okay.
Yeah. So Carroll Shelby is the guy behind the Shelby Cobra.
Was that the
but-
car that they raced against Ferrari?
No,
though?
the car they use in this movie is going to be about the GT40, which is
Okay.
like it's like the original Ford GT like race car,
Yeah.
and like the Ford GT was like built to like commemorate that car.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's got a great cast though, right?
It's got a great cast. Matt
Christian
Damon is
Bale.
Carroll Shelby. Ken Miles, the driver,
John Berthel?
is John
Too.
Berthal's in it. Ken Miles is Christian Bale. It's gonna be a great
He
movie.
looks really good.
It was incredible. But so yeah.
When's it coming out?
It's coming out in November
Yeah.
15th.
I also forgot. Sorry.
This year.
Joker's coming out in October. Don't forget that.
This
Yep,
October?
this
Okay.
October. Look forward.
close.
Look forward. Yeah. It's gonna be
close.
awesome. I think the trailer for Ford versus Ferrari. That
It looks
so
cool.
good. It looks
I mean, I'm not
intense.
like a supercar guy,
Like,
but I can appreciate
it just.
cars.
I know that movie. I might get into the cars because that movie. It just looks. It looks that good.
Okay.
Next one. You got Hunter.
So the one I kind of chose was that new comedy that's coming out called Good Boys.
I still can't believe you chose this, man. I don't know.
It looks so funny. That's why I
Kids,
chose
don't
it.
look at the trailer.
Don't. It's rated R. If you're under 18, don't look it up. But basically, the whole
so
premise
stupid.
of this movie is a bunch of fourth graders getting like invited
Sixth
to this party.
graders.
Are they sixth grade? I thought they were fourth graders.
Fifth graders, I think.
Okay, you just
Did
okay.
they say fifth graders? Are we fifth graders or are we sixth graders?
Okay, wait. It tells a story about 3 sixth graders
Yeah.
by Wikipedia standards. Okay, you're right, Aiden. So basically, what's happening is they're trying to get to this party and to like impress girls. So they're doing all these like adult things, trying to like make themselves look cooler and everything like that.
Nice.
I think the trailer looks hilarious, like when they're like trying to cross a highway and everything like that.
Kids dying over
Yeah.
the corner.
Aiden is not a huge fan of this. Okay, why aren't you a fan?
No,
of
I don't know. I just
it? There's gotta be a
they're
reason.
just kids, man.
Here's my thing when it
I
comes
just
to
don't
like
understand.
edgy comedy.
I just don't
I
get that.
I believe you can be funny without using the F word every like
Yeah.
third word.
When they're sixth graders, it's like
Right.
little kids. It's like, okay, this is a little too far. It just doesn't.
and so
To
when
me, it
com-
doesn't look that funny.
when a comedy movie can be really funny without being just like absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
And like nothing against the movie. I haven't even seen the trailer honestly, but that it sounds like that's what it's gonna be like. But you know,
And they play it every time I go to Showbiz. Every time I go there, they you'll probably see one tonight if we can see Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It'll literally be.
Sneak peek to the
I'm
next
just saying,
segment.
I don't know. I don't know. I just don't
I
think
don't know.
you just when you use it so much. I don't get that. I don't know why you need to be so. I don't know. Toxic.
Yeah.
Toxic.
I think it's just gonna be
Toxic.
funny to see how younger, quote
Yeah,
unquote, younger kids
literally-
experience like
yeah.
older adult stuff.
It's like
That's
when
about it.
little kids grow up, they're be like, "Oh, there's some little kids." Like I was sixth grade once, and I did not know anything about that. It's like I just don't understand how they're just I don't know using little kids to do that. I don't know. It just looks pretty dumb to me. Sorry about that.
Moving on.
Dissing on my segment there. Aiden.
All right. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, It Chapter 2. Woo! So this kind of sucks. This is kind of a bad one because you guys haven't even seen it yet. The first
not.
I've
not
seen
the first
little
It.
bits and pieces. All I remember from
So
it
excited.
one, the
I mean,
original.
we've kind of lived out it.
Yeah.
Because like in our hometown,
Yeah.
people will dress up in clowns. Remember
Oh
that
my
thing was a
gosh.
thing. People
Yeah.
dressed in
Oh,
clown
that
costumes and like
was
sneak
so-
around.
Was that when
That
it
was
came
crazy.
out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was around
There's a
there.
big
That's
old
so
like
stupid.
meme of yeah.
And I will say I am not the biggest fan of horror movies or anything like
Yeah.
that, and I hate Halloween.
Yeah.
And they came out at the same time.
Yeah, so I picked this one because I like horror movies. It's another Stephen King, brilliant novel, just all around great.
Have you read the novel?
No.
Okay.
Just saying, they put it. In
Have you seen that thing? It's like
the-
1,000. It's like a text.
Yeah,
I
I know.
never see it.
I
I'm
was
like,
saying,
oh man, it's a
I'm
donkey.
not-
It looks
I'm good.
daunting.
I hate reading.
I thought you were gonna
It's
say it's a
very daunting.
donkey. I
But
was
hey,
like,
you
what?
watch the movie.
It's a
I loved
donkey
it.
to read.
Great story. So the premise basically is Pennywise the clown comes every 27 years to like come and attack, to like take people away, to kidnap people. And there's like this group of kids called the Losers Club,
Nice.
and they're like
What
their little
up,
brother goes
Losers
missing.
Club?
I was part of that.
Shout out.
I know, I'm a loser. It's like one of their kids, one of their brother's kids, like they're like missing. And they're like, shoot, we gotta find this kid. So they do, but then
It's
they run.
not Georgie.
Yeah,
That's like the
Georgie.
one thing I remember from that movie.
He just gets up slaughtered. It's kind of sad.
Oh,
Yeah. So then, so
Yeah.
It Chapter 2. So in the first one, they kind of like defeat the clown. He gets all super, he's super injured. He like runs away for 27 years. So the kids all come back to their hometown to form the Losers Club because they know Pennywise is gonna come back and strike again, strike harder, strike way more terrifying. I don't know. I think it's gonna be so good.
From the trailer that I watched, and this is pretty gross, but I thought it was disgusting. in the
I
trailer.
know, creepy.
The freaking
creepy
okay. So
trailer.
opening scene is one of the members in the loser club.
Gosh, so good.
He's going up to this like old woman's house.
Yeah. Well, it was actually her house.
Yeah.
An old lady just
Yeah.
lives there now.
And
gosh.
Pennywise is like disguised as this old lady that's like
Oh,
serving her tea and
gosh.
everything like
Yeah.
that. and then it cuts away, and it's like a dark kitchen,
Oh.
and all of a sudden you just see this like naked grandma fly by.
I
I'm
know.
like, I don't know why we needed to see that.
I
It's
think
not really
the creepiest
scary.
part is when she pokes her head on the corner
Well,
and like
yeah, that
slides
too.
away.
But
You're
then
like,
she,
oh
then
my
she just
God.
like runs towards
I know,
this
then you
woman
hear
like
a
naked.
dun, 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 like on the
And
side,
you
like the
just hear a
speakers.
freaking like
I
old
know.
lady feet slapping
she's
against
like,
hardwood floor.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gross.
I don't know. The trailer gave me goosebumps. I was like, oh, this is so good. All right, what's next? I'm excited for that. Oh, sorry, that one comes out in September. Don't forget.
Oh
Put it
yeah,
on your
wait, I
calendar.
forgot about Good Boys comes out August this year.
Yeah, I don't know. If it was
Yeah,
August.
Aiden just
kidding.
so random.
Hunter, you can go see that.
You said that yourself.
Yeah.
You sick man.
You watch it and give me a review, okay?
Okay. I'll tell you it's great, so you go
September
watch
6th, It 2. Chapter
Okay.
2.
it. Will, your second one?
Okay, so my second and last one is Once Upon a
Upon a
Time,
Time
in
in
Hollywood.
Hollywood. That's like real soon, right?
Yeah, it's like coming out very
I'm
soon.
really
actually.
excited for that, actually.
It looks
So this,
interesting. Yeah.
Well, it's Quentin Tarantino. So.
That. Oh yeah.
stellar cast, stellar director.
Stellar cast.
You got Leo DiCaprio, my boy Brad Pitt, and Margaret Robbie too.
Yeah.
So this is a movie. It's about like the golden age of Hollywood. So the film takes place in 1969.
Another
Which
history
you all
movie.
know. It's the coolest area ever.
I guess we went to the moon. Yeah.
Went to the moon. Yeah.
1969.
Or did we? No, we'll talk about
Okay,
that.
shut up. you
We're not doing conspiracy theories.
Just go through it.
Anyways. So it's about Leo DiCaprio is a film star in this era of Hollywood, and Brad Pitt is his stunt double, which I think is really funny. And they're friends, and like it's just kind of them living life in Hollywood, and it's kind of about like the dying and fading years of the golden age of Hollywood. So it looks really good. I'm really excited to see it. It comes out July 26th, 2019. But yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
For my last
Yeah.
one,
I think that's really good.
looks
I
great,
don't
I
know
think.
a whole lot. Actually, I don't think I've seen any trailers. I saw this on
I saw one trailer
IMDb
for it. Yeah.
or IMDb, whatever it's called, and it's called Midway, and it's basically in World War II. It's where the American Navy and the Japanese Navy are fighting in between waters between.
It's after Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, it's
basically.
after Pearl
We're like
Harbor.
striking back.
Whenever the
to
U.S.
Japanese.
actually really got involved in it, but it's basically just it's based off true events
true
that happened
events.
in history.
It's us just spanking Japan. Our Navy just getting revenge.
Yeah.
Oh, looks so good.
Us just trying to actually get to Japan to stop the war,
yeah.
basically.
All those islands. Yeah.
I
Looks
think it's
really
gonna be
cool.
interesting.
It says November,
I know.
right? Sorry, it says November on there.
Let's see here.
I think so. Release date should be November.
Yeah, November 8th.
Okay, cool.
But I know some war movies, like if they don't like have a big budget, they can just like destroy a good
I
story.
know. They'll just flop it.
Hopefully, this is gonna be good.
history,
Kind of like
yeah.
Dunkirk.
I know, yeah.
Dunkirk was a
Dunkirk
good
was
movie.
I thought it was pretty good. Christopher Nolan, actually. Batman series.
But
What a man.
I'm looking
What a
forward to it
director.
just as a good like action story based movie. That's just really about
Yeah.
it.
Hunter, who's it directed by?
Well, let me
Shoot,
find
I
that for
don't
you.
know.
It's Christopher Nolan, man.
Cast.
I'll be there.
I have my own thoughts about Dunkirk, but I thought it was still pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. For American audience, I think it like didn't ring as close to home. Obviously,
Director
But it's
is
still good.
Roland Emmerich.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
it's not Christopher Nolan, but
Guess we'll see. We'll
Well,
see,
we
big
wait
boy.
and see. I love history movies. I love when they make games, movies, TV shows about history. That's definitely a must see for me. I think it looks intense. The trailer looks really
great.
good. I don't know. And again, I don't know very much about Midway. All I know is we get
either.
revenge, but I would love to see just.
I'd be
how
interested to see
how
it
that
just because like
happens.
my great uncle actually served in like
Oh,
the South Pacific
dope,
and
dude.
Oh,
was
there you
like
go.
flew a torpedo bomber. So that's
What?
that's sweet.
it's like I don't know if that like
Wow.
kind of has stuff to do with that. That'd
Some
be
hints to
interesting.
what
Yeah.
your
All right.
ancestors did.
So last one
Last one.
for news coming out soon. I guess, so it's really awkward, guys. Spider-Man, woo! So we suck. We haven't seen it yet, so don't spoil it for us.
We're actually
We
gonna
haven't got
watch
it.
it.
Have you guys
later.
spoiled for you?
What?
Have you got it spoiled for you? Is it
No,
okay?
I'm
I
just
swear
saying.
you say you spoiled
My
it.
brother told me, he said 8 out of 10, really good ending.
Oh.
8 out of 10?
8 out of 10, like
Yeah,
a
that's
good,
good.
like a good kind of plot twist at the end, kind of good like cliffhanger.
I saw an ad.
yes.
I saw an ad earlier that said it was the best Marvel movie of
Yeah.
the year,
Yeah.
Okay,
which I thought was
what?
funny because like
Yeah.
Endgame just came
came
out.
out.
Hold
And it was
on,
breaking
hold
box office
on.
things. And they just released the director's cut. For,
Come on.
Just to be
No.
Avatar in the highest
Yeah,
selling
in
gross
game,
movie
I'm
or
so.
something like that.
I want it to be Avatar so bad.
I think Spider-Man
I'm
looks
so
incredible.
excited.
I like the Spider-Man, like
I
Tom
love-
Holland and all that.
Dude,
I hope they keep making some more.
They have
I'm
finally
really-
got it. Just
I
they've got
know.
it just right.
I love Tom
Yeah.
Holland. Great guy.
Tom Holland,
I-
Did you
Yeah.
see the thing about when he went to like children's hospitals and
Yeah.
like in the Spider-Man
Yeah.
costume?
That's
him,
cool.
Zendaya.
Him and
Yep.
Zendaya and
Who's the other
it was Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake
as-
Gyllenhaal, yeah.
as Mysterio.
Yeah, and they're in their outfits. I'm
Yeah,
like, what the heck?
what a bunch of just.
I know.
They're the
What a bunch
goats,
of good
dude.
guys.
So
Yeah.
again, another great Marvel movie. We haven't even seen it yet. I'm still
No.
so excited.
Yeah,
I've
we're
seen
gonna
it,
go
yeah.
watch it after
Tonight, yeah.
we record this
Yeah.
later on.
It's
So-
weird when you go back to like the old Spider-Man movies. It's just I don't know what it is. What they were thinking with Tobey Maguire.
He's too
I don't
fruity. I'm gonna say that now.
Fruity.
He just cries a little too much. I
Yeah.
don't know. Great action. I think great villains. I would say.
I think
I just don't.
One
don't
scene I
like
always
him.
remember from it, I think it was from Spider-Man 2, is when he stops the subway train with
Yeah.
when he shoots webs
Yeah.
on the
He's like,
on the building. Yeah, and like
But then
and
Tom
like
Holland does that.
Yeah, and then Tom Holland does it
With
They-
the freaking
they-
ship?
Yeah, they like made fun of
Oh.
it. In,
Yeah, he's like,
in Homecoming.
and I was like, yes. And then Iron Man comes in. I'm like, yes.
Yeah,
Iron
but like
Man.
they made fun of, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's a total joke because like Iron Man like saves him or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm sure Far From
I'm
Home
so
will be
excited,
amazing.
dude.
We will be discussing that in our next
Yes.
episode. But yeah,
They're gonna give tribute to Iron Man. I'm so excited. Sorry, spoilers. If you have not seen Endgame, please turn away.
spoiler,
Man
spoiler
dies.
warning.
Okay,
All
so
right.
we'll give you about
All right.
3 seconds to get off this before just destroying that movie for
So yeah, Iron
everybody.
Man dies in Endgame.
What?
Again, I cried. Yeah, bro.
What?
No way.
I haven't seen it.
So I cried. I'm throwing it out right now. My favorite superhero, Iron Man. So I'm really excited to see
Yeah.
if Tom Holland,
Really?
the new
You're-
Spider-Man,
you're-
might pick up Iron Man's suit.
Oh,
You know?
that'd be cool.
Or well,
Interesting.
his
His
name.
technology.
His
Yeah,
persona.
I don't know. Because literally the picture
hope-
is Iron Man in the background.
Picks up
Yeah.
temper and
Yeah.
oh,
No, Iron Man's daughter.
oh, like his 4-year-old?
his like 5-year-old daughter.
It's like 6.
Okay, yeah, that
Gets
makes
with-
it so much better.
gets
Just
with Tom
wait.
Holland.
Wait a
What's the
couple
difference
years. It's
between
possible.
A 4th grader and a 6th grader there, bud. Okay.
So
Uh,
anyways,
Wait, your favorite superhero is Iron Man?
oh yeah.
Mine personally is Spider-Man. I just
Really?
like the goofiness of it.
I
think,
agree.
the
I-
athleticism.
I like
honestly,
that.
I've been leaning
Yeah.
towards Spider-Man for a long time. I think for so
Yeah.
long Spider-Man was
He's
so
just-
underrated.
He's still
Yeah.
young right now, like in the movies and all that.
That's
stuff.
not, that's how he's supposed to be
No, no,
though.
no.
He's supposed to
I
be a
know.
goofy,
No, I'm
goofy
saying
kid.
like, I'm sorry, in like year, like movies. You know,
Yeah,
like, Iron Man's
that's
been here
true.
for
Like,
10
in the-
plus
That's fair,
years.
that's fair,
Tom
yeah.
Holland
He's still
just
new.
started.
He is
so,
still
like,
new.
That kid is gonna make so much money. I'm just gonna
I
throw that
love
out
him.
there.
Oh, he's
Great
already
man.
made so much
Yeah.
money.
Great man.
Already.
Him and Iron Man hanging out. I think Iron Man was a great influence on
Oh,
him.
yeah.
and
Yeah.
I love Robert Downey Jr.
What guy?
All right, that was a good one, guys. Good job. So we have some time. We have a little bit of time, and our last segment we'll call it Nerdy News. This is like I think at the every episode we'll have some nerdy news segment. I
That'd
think
be
we'll
great,
just throw
yeah.
it in there, just like to inform you guys on what's coming, or just
What's
if you're
looking
nerdy
forward
like
to.
us. I think we have a few good nerdy news topics we're gonna talk about here in a sec. So hang with us for a sec. Our first one is, man, I'm so excited. Lord of the Rings TV show.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings TV show. I can't get enough of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
I think this is a great idea. They just found a director, and I'm super stoked for it.
Did I ever tell you guys how I was with? I don't know who I was with, but we set up like 4 TVs, 4 different ways to play movies, and we played
Really?
all the Lord of the Rings at
Oh my
once, and we
gosh!
just watched.
I've
them
done
all.
so many just marathons.
Uh-huh.
Gosh, the series will reportedly follow the adventures of a young Aragon. What do y'all
That'd
think about
be
that?
cool.
Oh
That's
my
sick.
gosh! Apparently, Russell Crowe turned down Aragon.
Really?
Peter Jackson called him directly, and he said, "No, I don't want to."
Wow.
It's like, what?
Dang.
Russell Crowe? Can you imagine? Well, I think he'd probably be too old.
Yeah,
No.
see, that's the thing. I think
He
he'd
might
be
be-
incredible.
I think. Oh,
If
I
he could
love
be old
Russell Crowe.
Aragorn, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
But like
not
he-
young Aragorn.
Yeah.
he's a little bit past his prime where like he can't play like a real young
Yeah.
character anymore.
What I'm so excited for is it's That's
J.R.R. Tolkien.
J.R.R. Tolkien's. It's actually his like writings. Like there's
Yeah,
still
really?
more.
Okay.
Dude, there's so much.
And
of
like
them.
the
There's
TV show would be
so
great.
many of them.
Yeah, and they're
if
saying
you-
5 seasons.
If you go to like a
Holy
bookstore or something,
crap.
you'll see like there's all these like little like Middle Earth like short stories. That's all his writing.
That's what I'm saying. There's so much to cover, and I'm so
This
excited.
man created so much content.
It's such creative.
in-
That
in
nobody
ways,
really knows
so-
about.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
people still don't know about it. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's really
It's produced by. It's gonna be produced by Amazon. Looks like. Just be take place in the Middle Earth. Yeah, they're saying 5 seasons. Jeez. Not
Could
much
I talk
information
about Lord of the Rings
about
man?
it.
Yeah.
There's not much information, but I'm so again. I don't care when it comes. I'm just.
Get ready.
prepare yourself.
Because I was
Prepare
like,
yourself
after
for
the end
this.
of Hobbit, I was like, Peter Jackson, what is he gonna do now?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone talking all
was
this
like,
big
I
game
want
about like
more.
Game of Thrones and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
no,
Like,
Lord of
no.
the Rings.
Lord of the
was
Rings.
Hold on.
such a
My
such a
favorite
high
scene
caliber
from
story.
those movies
Yeah.
is when Legolas is like riding that shield down and he's shooting arrows at orcs. That's like I don't know why, but that was my favorite scene.
So I loved just going to night premieres back in the day to Hobbit.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys did that with my brothers. We all went to every single.
Oh, we
Hobbit.
did too.
Yeah,
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 we had a group of
midnight
friends.
premiere. And I was like,
Yes, we did too.
during a school day. And we're like, oh,
we just did it anyway.
I love those movies. I love the Hobbit movies.
Oh man.
All right,
Okay, next one.
next one. What do you got?
Okay, so this is mine.
Nerdy one. Just kidding.
So recently, I've heard. Actually, I think I saw an ad for this on Hulu that
Really?
HBO is in development.
HBO? I didn't know that.
Yeah, HBO is developing a Watchmen TV series. If you don't know what Watchmen is. Watchmen is a graphic novel that was written in like the 80s.
The 80s, baby.
It is, I believe it's like Time Magazine's 100. It's on the 100 best like novels list. It's something ridiculous like that. But it is a very very cool story. It follows this reality where Nixon was elected a third time. The Cold War was like averted basically in the 60s. It kind of resurfaces in the 80s, but it in this universe, people are actually superheroes and they like dress up. Like most of them don't have powers, but they dress up and fight crime. And it's about the government like regulating this and kind of like their retirement, what they do after like they're done fighting crime and stuff like that. And it's a very very cool story. It's like it talks a lot about just the human psyche and just how like traumatic events in our youth can like affect us. And so it's really really neat. But HBO is making a TV show, and like I'm not really sure what it's going to be about. It's going to be in the same universe. The IMDb.
Have you read the comics for it?
Yes.
It's DC, right?
Yes, it is.
It's not heroes we already know.
No, it's
It's-
not.
yeah.
So
Okay.
it's kind of interesting. It's
It's a
Does
whole
it follow
new.
like a set, like kind of like the Justice League or something like that, but not the Justice League, but
The-
like kind of like a set of quote unquote heroes.
right. Yeah, it does. So basically, it starts off. It tells you about the heroes who were active in like the 30s and 40s,
Oh, okay.
and then so the book is set in like 86, I believe.
Oh, dang.
And so it's talking about like kind of the next group of superheroes and kind of like the end of their careers.
Okay.
So the IMDb description for the show says a continuation of the acclaimed graphic novel. This HBO original takes place in contemporary America, where costume heroes are outlawed, and the doomsday clock continues to tick. So it's very very interesting. They haven't released
There's
much.
no release date or anything on that.
Let's see.
I don't think you told me. I don't think you
It's
saw
coming
it.
out sometime in 2019, but I'm not sure when.
Yeah.
Probably.
That seems interesting. I think it could be another right step for DC. I think. I think it could be.
Right, in the right step, but they got to make it not
I don't know.
funny.
Right now, I'm on a really thin
Eyes.
line.
DC's on thin ice.
Yeah.
thin
Yeah.
ice with DC
Have
right
you seen
now.
the ads for like
Joker
Doom
will bring it
Squad
back,
and
don't
everything like that?
What?
Doom Squad, that like TV show that they.
Oh yeah.
That looks horrible.
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch that.
They're just. I think they're flopping big time. But I think Joker could bring him back. We'll
It's
see.
good. Watchmen. I have high hopes for Watchmen. I think Watchmen could be cool.
Yeah.
If you haven't read the novel, read it. It's very very cool. It is not for the faint of heart. However, it's kind of like it's more mature story, but it's very very good.
All right. Last one.
Last one.
You
I'll
do Breaking
start
Bad?
it.
You want to do Breaking Bad?
Yeah, I'll
That
do.
is- okay.
So Breaking Bad's making
Apparently.
kind of a movie now.
Yeah.
It just got released that it's gonna be a movie. We thought it was gonna be another like
Yeah, we
extension
thought
to
it
the
was a TV
TV show.
It's Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul. If you haven't seen the show yet, Jesse and Walter White.
Good old Walt, man.
Apparently, they both, I say, confirmed.
That it's gonna happen.
Yeah, they're making a movie apparently. And I'm like, if you look at their Instagrams, Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul, if you look at they both post about like some donkeys. It said soon. ... And we're like,
Weird.
I don't know. I guess this article is saying. I guess they're confirming. Yes, there appears to be a movie version of Breaking Bad, but I honestly have not even read the script. I don't know. Bryan Cranston's kind of confused, I guess, but
I don't know. I think
apparently they're making it right now,
they
so
need
it's
to-
really in its early stages.
I don't
I
know
think it'd
where
be really
they're
good.
gonna put it in at because at the end,
I
you
know,
can't really
I-
extend that for
Where,
those who
yeah.
have watched it. I mean,
Yeah,
if
so
you haven't watched
anybody
it,
hasn't
you
watched,
wouldn't
please go watch
I have
Breaking
not.
Bad.
Yeah.
If you have
I'll
not
go
watched
watch
it,
this.
please. I was not a believer. I got like halfway through and I was like, this show sucks. I hated
know.
it.
You
It
got
was
to
so
the
slow.
one
There's a fly
scene,
episode. Just skip the fly episode. There's a fly in the meth lab.
and that's about it.
It's all about meth. So it's all about this guy being honest with his family. He just wants to help his family. He wants to support his family.
Yeah, but
like
then he
I love
turns
this.
insane.
It's all about
And then he's in meth. He makes meth for his family. It's great.
What a great.
His brother-in-law is
family.
actually DEA, the Drug Enforcement.
That's cool.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
not spoil too much because
I'm
it's a
sorry.
great show.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently they're making a show or a movie, so
That's great.
I don't know. It's still early, and we'll see. Just letting y'all know, just throwing it out there that we are just mentioning that. So, well, thank you guys so much for listening. I think it's all we have. So, Will, what do you got?
Yeah, thank you all so much for listening. This has been Will.
This has been Hunter.
This has been Aiden Ferguson, and apparently, sorry, I just got a text. Today is Kaylee's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
You say happy birthday to her?
Aw.
No, I'm just kidding. That'd be kind of awkward. Happy birthday, Kaylee. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you for listening. This
Again,
has been
please
episode 1.
comment. Yes,
Please
comment.
comment,
Give us
subscribe.
feedback. Please.
Listen to us on Spotify. Follow us on Insta.
Spotify. Yes.
If you want us to cover a certain topic that you're interested in,
Yeah.
hey, just submit it.
Yeah.
If we can find enough information about it, we'll put it in.
Yeah.
If not, sorry, I guess.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. This has been Gentleman's Junk, signing off.